cause I be bustin' the dope moves. But the problem stay the same. How you riding for the cash when you ain't riding in my lane? Shorty all about the paper, so your mixture look the same. In the game I play the lane like Eddie Kane, cause I be bustin' the dope moves.
Solo dog is the first domesticated dog in America. It didn't say it was the first domesticated dog on earth. But because in your mind, America was first, it has to be the oldest. I told you it was a wolf, and you told me it wasn't a wolf, wasn't a dog. But every dog on, damn near every dog on the planet comes from wolves. You just
I was first domesticated.
No, wolves were the first dogs to be domesticated. That's my
that's
point.
Not bad.
Yes,
that's
it is. A wolf is dogs come from wolves, Paco.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so they're one and the same. There is no dog without the wolf.
You got to splice to make a dog.
No, it's not about splicing. It's about crossbreeding, just like we talked about with people.
Absolutely. There you go. Same thing.
Exactly. So when you take the original organism, the wolf, he's the first dog to ever be domesticated.
And that's fact. But he's not a dog.
He is a dog. The wolf is the first dog.
He's the granddaddy of dogs.
No, he's the first dog. He's the original dog. Not only is he the original dog, he's the first dog that was ever domesticated.
So
once people went around the world and started domesticating wolves and crossbreeding them with other fucking canines, this is how you got a whole, like the English are the most popular to ever do it because for hundreds and hundreds of years they tried to master it. And this is what I was telling you before. Yes, the Zolo dog is the first dog ever domesticated in what's the name? But the process of domestication, the Europeans learned it from the people of Africa. This is what I'm explaining to you. The black people who came to America were from Africa. They didn't come from anywhere else. They weren't just here. It wasn't a group of black people here since the beginning of time. There's no evidence of that. We don't have any evidence of that. The oldest person. No, bro, listen. No. Lucia is older than every pyramid. Lucia is older than every Paco. Lucia is older than every pyramid in America. Facts.
I don't know how they make rubber, corn, potatoes over here.
Yeah, but that's agriculture. You make things off of what you have to work with when you talk about planting seeds and watching them grow. Because different fauna and wildlife grow on different continents. So when people got to the Americas, they had different stuff to work with that only grew in the Americas.
They brought stuff here and they took our stuff, yes.
So now when you ask yourself this, like I said, man, you can keep giving me your opinions. They are opinions, because nothing never told you that the pyramids in America are older than the pyramids in Africa. You like the.
I know the niggas told that. I don't know what you need to research about that, but the numbers are even or even sometimes greater.
They're not even, bro. I showed you people before. I went with people and showed you that they've never found anybody in America older than Lucy. I showed you the 10 oldest structures on Earth.
Lucy's not even a human being. That thing is some
Lucia is a human being.
That thing like an ape or something. That thing
Lucia is a human being. I'm not talking. I said Lucia, not Lucy.
Oh, Lucy. Yeah. Okay.
Lucia.
Oh yeah.
Is the oldest person they've ever found. Hold on.
I don't think she's the oldest, but she might be the oldest mama.
Exactly. That's what it's saying. That's where your problem comes. You always throw what you think and what people have found. There's a difference between what you believe.
But people find something new every week if you keep digging, you know?
But like the oldest structures on Earth, they haven't really changed, Pop. There's a reason why. They find stuff all the time, but everything they find is not older than what they found.
They said nothing was in America, but they got so many historic sites there, bro. Even in Northtown, they got about 1 billion. And down where you at, they got 2 billion. Come on, man. This shit been around, bro.
Nah, but that's you. That's what you think. That ain't what you have proof of. There's a difference. You have.
I don't let people destroy history in me.
What you saying, Pop?
I'm telling you, I'm different than these niggas, man. When I say
but you not, because you can't get over you. You too selfish. You want America to be first in everything so bad that some of your information be right. Some of your information actually be right. But off first glance, when you say it to me, I have to go research it because you give me so much fraudulent shit.
That's all I ask. That's my job.
But you give me so much fraudulent shit, Paco. But why give me so much fake shit? Why you give me so much fucking speculation and interjection? So much of what Paco believes instead of what Paco can prove.
It's called Tiamat mean Mary. And that's correct, right? That's easy.
That's not a rap. Whenever I look up, whatever you ask me to look up, it's going to say, all right, like right here. All I'm saying is this. You said the oldest pyramid in the world is in America, right?
South America, sir.
In South America, right? Let's see.
Not the oldest.
Right. This article comes out. I just want to check the date, see if I can find a date on this article.
I go to the oldest pyramid though, because I don't know. No, I don't know that.
I just told you it's not. It's always Africa, bro. It's always.
I never said it was either.
Right here. The oldest pyramid on Earth, they're saying right now, no question about it, is the Pyramid of Dozier. That's what they're saying. They're saying pyramid building.
And I'm not against that because that's not my study. I'm not against that.
And you know where the Pyramid of Dozier is?
I mean, at the bottom of Egypt, at the top, however you want to put it, yeah.
So the pyramid you talking about at Corral, they say is the second oldest pyramid on Earth. So now I just want to say this. When they say that they find cocaine, which only grows in
America, it's always blood is from here.
That tells you not that you was in Africa. It tells you they was in America. They taught you how to build pyramids. There's no way that there's a coincidence that your pyramid comes a couple hundred years after theirs, and it's the second on Earth. And they find cocaine, which only grew in America, in an Egyptian mummy's sarcophagus. Because they was in America. They was in America, just like they taught whites how to vote.
That's it. They were from here. They people from here, nigga.
So, I just want to quote. I just want to quote the year. I just want to quote the year on these Jones, right? It say the one was built in 20. It say it's not even 100 years difference between the two. That's what it say. So in less than 100 years, Egyptians was in America. But listen, the date is so far back. The date is 2600 BC.
And now you got to be thinking reverse. What is this from? The opposite place that you keep saying.
I'm going to tell you why it's not the opposite. I'm going to tell you why it's not the opposite. I'm trying to help you out. And I just said that to you, but you didn't listen because you want something to be true. I said it can't be because theirs was first. They didn't come to Egypt and teach you how to build a pyramid, then go back to America and build their first one. That makes no sense. Paco, listen to what I'm saying, Paco. You went to another continent, built a pyramid there, then went home and built yours. You didn't build yours first.
Listen, I'm not being smart or I'm not being nothing like that. I'm just going to ask you this. Did the people who start Egypt, did they have bears and froze? Or no bears in different...
I'm trying to help you out with that. We'll never know. Because when Egypt was started, pyramid building wasn't even invented yet. I just told you about a war. They just said the first pyramid...
But I was reading the scientific journals, like I said...
You can't use the scientific nothing, Paco.
Ninja started
Paco,
it.
No, it didn't. The ninja. I explained this to you, too. The ninja. When you use the word ninja, you're either talking about a fantasy character that doesn't exist because there's only been one group of true ninja. Listen to what I'm saying. There's only been, again, you don't listen. I'll tell you how these things got to America because Mongoloids brought them there, period. This is how the samurai culture got to America because it comes from Asia. Because the first samurai, let's not even do that. Let's not even yell. Let's do this.
They said the Magi taught all these people, though.
Who were the first ninjas? Let's do it like that. And we're going to look up who were the first samurai.
The farmers that was being oppressed.
Where?
Where? Yeah. Over China. China.
Well, you don't have to. You don't have to give me the country. That's fine. You said.
Well, samurai stuff was started in Japan, so that's why I'm a little confused. But
yes,
China.
Right. I think you're right. I think it was. I don't know what dynasty or whatever, but I know the emperor. You're right. I believe samurai is Japan. I don't know where ninja. But I'm about to find it for you right here. The first ninja, or the actual pronunciation, Shinobi, was a covert agent or mercenary in, Japan.
Yeah,
Japan. So that's where the ninja culture come from. It don't come from America.
No, not a ninja. I'm talking about like code. That some codes like this.
Exactly. The ninjutsu code was created in Asia because they were the first ninjas.
They said the Magi taught everybody that speaks on about said the Magi came and taught this.
Yeah, but I don't know how true that is.
And the Magi they ain't never said it's from nowhere near Japan and China. They're
gonna tell you that Magi come from the Middle East and Africa.
And to be technical, all this stuff comes from India, so they all ass biting.
That's not true. That's not true. India is not where no ninjas come from. India is where one fighting style that became famous comes from. That ain't where these other things come from.
That's all stemming from what? Samurai shit and ninjas or whatever.
Yeah, but they're all different. Like that's what I'll be saying to you. Like,
the tailor that makes me walk around like Raiders, smacking niggas on the side of the head with staffs, nigga, and broad swords, bro. Like,
that's what I'm explaining to you. What I want you to understand, Paco, is that
everybody knows was the bull.
Samurai were the hereditary military, exactly, nobility and officer caste of medieval and early Japan.
Yes, sir.
So they both come from Japan. Ninjas and samurais originate in Japan.
The first samurai was gun, and his son is the most known samurai in the world. That's
what I'm saying to you. What I'm explaining to you is this. Mongoloids ran into America, fleeing oppression and all types of shit all over Asia. It's not just the Chinese. It's not just the Japanese. It's not just the Koreans. The Alaskan Inuit is the Mongoloid who traveled here from Asia and did not want to go any further. He chose to stay in the cold and just set up camp there. That's what the Alaskan Inuit and the Alaskan Eskimo is. They are Mongoloids from Asia. They're not from America. That's what the people that they call Native Americans are. The difference between a Native American and a Brazilian is some Brazilians are black. Those black Brazilians come from Africa. Those black Chileans come from Africa. Those black Puerto Ricans come from Africa. Some of the red Puerto Ricans, some of the red Dominicans. What I'm explaining to you is this. The world is not populated by nationalities, Paco. It's populated by races. And each race, you can trace the haplogroup or the bloodline back to where the oldest place we've ever found it. And almost every single black bloodline on the planet can be traced to Africa, if you didn't know that. Just like Rick Ross just went to Ghana. And Ludacris went to Gabon.
You going to Ghana?
No, I'm not going to Ghana because I have no evidence that I'm Ghanaian. He took a DNA test and it said that he's 60-something% or 50-something percent or whatever it was. The highest percent of his test was Ghanaian. So he went back to Ghana. Now, Ludacris, on the other hand, Gabon was the highest on his test. Ludacris just got citizenship in Gabon.
Well, you're not African.
But what I'm saying is, it's not that, Pac. If you took a DNA test, it's going to tell you mostly what parts of Africa you from if you take it with the right people. If you take it with the wrong people, they just going to give you a continent. If you take it with even more...
I belong to that continent because they told me I've been home.
Nah, what I'm explaining to you is your genetics won't lie. They don't have a picture of you, Paco. We can send them a white man's DNA. And if you send it to African, this is my point. Something has to be going... Like, I watch the people who send... You saying that these people on YouTube who are just YouTubers like me and you are lying. Because white people have tried their chin. The people who have been exposed with the easiest move in the world. The white men sent their shit to African Ancestry. If you white and you send your DNA to AfricanAncestry.com, they're going to say your ancestry is European, and they're not going to tell you from where. How would they know that, Paco, if they was guessing?
A lot of
Paco, how would they know if you're white or black if they not testing the DNA for real? Just think about the things that y'all say. You don't send no picture.
They got enough technology to tell you at least that.
Well, Paco, why would they test it for that, but not fully test it to see if they can trace it to a haplogroup in which that's in a databank?
The dog got a databank apparently too.
No, they're going to tell you that's not human. Because it's going to pop up not human. Paco, this is elementary stuff.
It didn't come up that way.
The stuff you talking right now is elementary.
Figure out certain things with blood and DNA.
DNA is in your blood. It's in every liquid in your body.
But when you entertain it, it just don't work that way.
You just can't. You can't entertain everybody. It's just like women. All women have pussies, but all pussy ain't good pussy. It's a lot of people giving out DNA tests, but they're not all doing right. Period. All of them ain't catering to you. Some of them is only
10% is cool. Like maybe 10% might be okay.
Nah, Baco, but it's not 10%. It's going to be the majority of your DNA. I promise you that. I can look at you and tell.
So no black people from the like a little tiny percentage.
Baco, you missing the point. It doesn't matter where they grew up. It doesn't matter where their grandpop grew up. It matters where their oldest relative in the database comes from. That's where you're going to get those, your DNA test is going to put you at. So if a person who grandma imported from France took a DNA test and it told them that they're X% French, X% German, they might not know that their great-great-great-grandfather was a German man. Now, if the German percentage is higher than the French percentage, that means that the family, the bloodline, was populating in Germany longer than it was populating in France. That's what that would mean, because it would be part of a German haplogroup, a German bloodline. So Portuguese.
That's related German forever. You know what I'm saying?
What I'm explaining to you is this: if anybody over here that's black, take a DNA test, black or dark brown, the yellow people, that's limbo. That's limbo, because you cannot justify yellow people off color, because there are yellow black people and there are yellow mongoloids.
Let's sum it up. They're all from Africa.
Who?
The Chinese,
they from Asia, because that's where they was created. Paco, listen, it's easy. The same way white folks was created, Asians were created. Let me say this again. The same way white folks were created, Asians were created. Okay. So my point is, the reason why they're called Asians is because that populating of that race primarily, majorly, happened in the continent of Asia. That's why it's the most populated continent on Earth today.
You want to say Turkey, so that's what they say, but okay, I got you.
That is true. That's why the Chinese looks more like the Korean or the Japanese than he looked like the Middle Eastern or the European or the African or the American. Just think about what I'm saying. Why do people in Asia share phenotype? Because they come from common ancestor. Why do people in Africa share phenotype? The colors that they share. Because they come from common ancestors. It's just like a person from Egypt or a person from Nigeria, or a person from Nigeria and a person from the Congo. There are people in the Congo who have Nigerian DNA because Nigeria once ran the Congo. That was once their shit. So now that those people who were oppressed for X amount of 100 years in the Congo and are still being oppressed for the most part, but now that those...
They got long history. But
my point is not about their history. My point is that them people consider themselves Congolese, because that's a nationality. It's not a race of people. Just like being American. You talking about your nationality. That's what you've been confusing this whole conversation. Your nationalism and what your race is. You're brown, bruh. You're not light-skinned. You're not red. You're not tan. You're brown. You're brown. So I can look at you and tell you that your ancestors primarily come from Africa. Because for you to keep that skin color, even if it is lighter than it once was, doesn't matter. You're still brown. That shows.
They say the same people and they're not black, brown. They're not black.
But you don't have to be black. You just have to be brown.
Somebody's not like that.
Huh? It doesn't matter what people like. It matters what you can prove.